Another game, another loss for the Chicago Bulls based off execution and lack of execution down the stretch of this game. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And the Bulls lose another game. And this was a game that the Bulls, it was a very winnable game by the Chicago Bulls. They came back late in this game, but the execution down the stretch of this game, we had several opportunities where we missed open players, open cutters. Josh Giddey was in the lane open at one point in time in the final seconds of the game. He wasn't seen. Tre Jones hits a go-ahead bucket for the Chicago Bulls to tie it 101 to 101, but it left too much time on the clock. This game ends on Pascal Siakam hitting a mid-range jumper to seal the victory for the Indiana Pacers. And this is one of those games where the lineups mattered. I went and looked at the lineups of this game, and I'm not saying that this was the end-all be-all because Vuce hit some big shots down the stretch of this game, but the rookie Lachlan played 11 minutes in this game. The Bulls were plus 15 when he was on the court and had a net rating of plus 71. When you look at the fact that we switched him out late in the game because he's a rookie, and we switched him out for Nikola Vucevic, Vuce on the game was -7 and a negative net rating of -11. P. Will was negative overall in this game as well. This is where, again, matchups matter for the Chicago Bulls, and the margin of error for the Bulls is just way too small. The Bulls have to execute everything damn near perfectly. We gave up 13 three-pointers in this one, 32%. We made 14 ourselves, so it wasn't a big discrepancy there. This is one of the Bulls' more sound games as far as offensively in a while. The score was low in this game, and it really did benefit the Chicago Bulls at periods of times in this game, but unfortunately, it just comes down to, again, which team wanted it more. And that's what it always is for this team. The Indiana Pacers in this game on a 13-4 run to seal the game. A 13-4 run. You're talking about if the Bulls even can allow them to go on a 13-8 run, the Bulls win this game. And that's when it comes down to heart. The Bulls started off the fourth quarter on a 17-4 run, which is really good. It put them up by 7 points. They were up by 7 points with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. And the Indiana Pacers responded with a 13-4 run, and the Bulls just didn't have the necessary answers down the stretch of this game. So, once again, the Bulls' lack of execution, lack of heart, affected in this game yet again. And so, it is what it is, man. This team continues to lose tough games. We now are officially below 500 for the first time this season. The Bulls are now 9-10 on the season, and they've lost 3 straight games in what was supposed to be an easy stretch for the Chicago Bulls. This is why I always use the quotation marks. There's no such thing as an easy stretch or win for the Chicago Bulls because they don't execute and play well enough. The Bulls are now 3-9 in their last 12 games. 3-9 in their last 12 games. And unfortunately, it's just, hey, this is the Bulls going through this bullshit. This is the last chance for a reset, and the Bulls are failing at that. And this is going to be who this Bulls team is. Lachlan Albrecht gave a great performance today. Great performance today. Josh Giddey was Josh Giddey today. We saw more natural attacking from Josh Giddey, which we've been missing from this team in this one. Tre Jones played a pretty solid game. We had all starters except Manas Buzelis were in double figures. We had Tre Jones with double figures coming off the bench. And this is one of those games where you get a performance like this from your bench, and you should win this game. Unfortunately, the Bulls couldn't get it done. They could not get it done today. And that just goes to show, once again, how important it is to play a full 4 quarters of basketball. The Bulls outscored them in the first quarter, and the first and third quarters, and then even outscored them in the fourth quarter. But they lost that second quarter by 8 points. And that ends up being what really makes a huge determination in this game for the Chicago Bulls. And so this is where we find ourselves. This is where the Chicago Bulls find themselves on the season, and it's just disappointing yet again. So, yeah, I mean, if the Bulls are going like this on what was supposed to be an easy stretch, it's done. Like, I just don't know how the Bulls can turn this around at this point in time with how they were playing. It just is. Albrecht 100% should have played during the Pelicans game. Absolutely. Bulls lost to 2-14 Pelicans, the 3-14 Pacers, the 2-14 Hornets, 1-by-1 point. This you gotta use some commas in there, my boy. That punctuation was made that hard to read. Let's be honest, they need changes. Either fire the coach or blockbuster trade. Vooch plus package. Don't be surprised if Io's included in package. Buzelis become a bust at this. You can't call a player a bust in 5 or 6. Like, stop trying to use terminology to make your point carry more weight. Somebody's not a bust after a 5 or 6 game bad stretch. That doesn't make them a bust. Y'all need to learn how to use words correctly. That doesn't make a player a bust because they're having a tough stretch of games. Io had a completely terrible second season. Was he a bust? No, he still has turned his career around and been pretty damn good. 5 or 6 game doesn't make a player a bust. And you're not getting a blockbuster trade by trading Nikola Vucevic. You're not getting a blockbuster trade for that. Get yourself together, tighten it up, calm down, and let's be in realism somewhere here. Haize, the fact that Vooch got out-rebounded by Huff and Pascal Siakam, mind you, those two guys are not known for their rebounding. Pascal's always been a solid rebounder. Not a great rebounder, but a solid rebounder. But, hey, it is what it is. I mean, that's all you can say on that one. It is what it is. How does Vooch let a dude named Huff cook him in the first 2? Listen, Huff, in those first 2 minutes, I think he scored the team's first 14 points, if I'm not mistaken, in that. And he doesn't score again in the game. He scored the team's first 14 points and doesn't score again. But, hey, the damage was done at that point. Shout out to Huff for having a great start to the game. I hate Billy. Why would you leave Pat out for that last possession? It's Olberg, not with you. It's an O there, brother. Running around, created space, and he was wide open under the rim 3 or 4. Yeah, they missed him a bunch of times. They missed him a bunch of times. Absolutely a bunch of times they missed him. And, get it together. Listen, just because you're a dumbass bitch and you don't understand the difference between reasoning and excuses, I literally said that they lost this game by the... So y'all want to hear somebody bitch and complain. Matt Peck got y'all on that. Don't come in here with that stupid ass shit because I will cook you and fuck your mama. Watch yourself. Now, I'm already upset at the Bulls loss. Don't come in here with that dumb ass shit while you're dressed like you shop at the fucking Goodwill for your main clothes. Watch yourself, all right? Because you can become a victim real fucking quick in here with your dumb ass shit. So watch yourself. Why is Patrick Williams not in the game to guard? Because Patrick Williams was terrible today. Patrick Williams was terrible. Patrick Williams has been bad defensively more than he's been good defensively this season. Let me give y'all what we were with Patrick Williams on the court today. So when you're asking why P. Will wasn't in the game, we were -10, a net rating of -10 with Patrick Williams on the court, -6. We had a defensive rating of almost 113 with P. Will on the court today. P. Will was not good. He was not good today. P. Will being in there the last one wouldn't have been it. I would have rather had Lachlan out there or Io. I'd even trust Io more to guard Pascal Siakam on that last possession. Io should have been out there for sure. I have nothing else to say. I'm really speechless. I mean, this is what this team does not have the type of shit. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. He defends better than Modest. He does not. I'm telling y'all, they both are bad. It's not. It should have been Io out there. Definitely shouldn't have been Patrick Williams. Haize treating him. Listen, I ain't got time for stupid shit, bro. Sadly, no one in this organization to hold anyone accountable. Instead, we give extensions for this. Jerry doesn't care. Acme are fools, and we still have stubborn Billy who can't get his head out of his ass. I mean, listen. Bad stretch, man. This was bad. This was a bad performance from this team. I mean, they shout out to them for playing in the fourth quarter to get themselves back in this game. But, I mean, once again, the Bulls didn't close out. They played stupidly down the stretch of this game. It is what it is. It is what it is. This is the first year of the reset. The Bulls are the youngest team in the league. They're the second youngest in the league minus Vooch. But this isn't a reset. Just because you're young doesn't mean it's a reset. The reset started last year is where it started, and then it got completed once we traded Zach LaVine, but this isn't a reset. This is a continuation of what we started last year. Modest needs a rest to freshen up. Haize, love the kid's potential. I mean, listen, sophomore slumps are a thing. I would assume we'll have one of the worst sophomore seasons that I've seen in the Bulls uniform in a while. So I'm not out on Modest Buzelis because of it, but he does need to get his shit together for sure. He definitely needs to get his shit together. Haize, is Vooch coming back? It's almost 2 months since surgery. He's aiming to come back on Monday's game. Definitely it's Monday's game for sure. Haize, if they continue failing, would you see them firing Billy if the fans? Unfortunately, no. Should they? Yeah. Unfortunately, probably not. Like, once, I said it many years ago, once Billy Donovan said that he talks to Jerry and Michael Reinsdorf every day, you already know what's happening at that point in time. Billy Donovan isn't going anywhere anytime soon, unfortunately. Fuck it, I'm going to Aussie Homer, bench Vooch and start Lachlan. Hey, that's hilarious. That's funny. I do not know, but I think this team will rebound either late in the season or coming up. Young team, bad stretch. It will get better if not, people are going. We shall see. It is what it is. The same thing Billy in that front office said. It is what it is. The same thing that your mama said when she realized her son came out as a fully grown bitch. That's what your mama said. It is what it is. Your parents said it is what it is when they looked at you as the representative of their DNA and said, damn, fuck, we lost this one. That's what it is, what it is. That's what you're looking at. Why is your face, tell your chin strap and your mustache to meet and agree. Tell that skeet-ass shirt that you got on with that early 2002 belt, that motherfucker, is that an initial belt that you got on, dumb fuck? Go sit your corny ass down, and that's what you need to worry about. You need to worry about why your parents said it is what it is when they gave birth to the leftovers. You were birthed from leftover cum. That's what happened. You weren't even meant to survive this long. Shut your dumb ass up before you get cooked further. Shut your dumb ass up. Ain't nobody got time for your stupid shit. Yeah, historically we were better later in the season, but we got to start winning these games. You can't keep losing games to bad teams. You just can't keep losing games to bad teams. You can't keep doing that. Damn, we lost this one. It's crazy. Hey, bro, like sometimes you just lose battles to DNA, and that's what JT is. He's a lost battle from DNA. Y'all better stop pissing off my dog Haize. Off real talk, I slide from VA. That is hilarious, bro. How is this possible? Our second-round pick plays more minutes than our lottery pick. He was great, but what the fuck? Well, keep in mind, Noah's hurt now. So Noah has a shoulder contusion. He probably would have played more than Emmanuel Miller if Noah Essengay got in this game. But he's hurt, so he wasn't available anyway. I don't like how Trey Jones was bringing the Bulls up the court. Ball should have been in Giddey's hands. No, we talked about this early in the season. So the reason why you let Trey Jones bring up the ball is so teams can't try to trap Giddey early on. So there is a reason for letting Trey Young do it. But if you notice, they usually put the ball back in Giddey's hands very shortly after crossing half court. It just stops teams from being able to trap Josh Giddey. And since Josh Giddey has become such a good off-ball shooter, that now it puts teams in a space where it's like, well, we can't trap Giddey to stop and slow down their offense. And Trey Jones isn't going to take those threes, so that's why you have it do it. Again, I'm not excusing a lot of things in it, but that is where you can get it together at. I'm sorry, bro, but I don't care what anyone says. Billy got to go. I truly believe he will. This is unheard of at this point. Listen, you can believe in it, but one thing I do know is the Reinsdorfs. I've been rooting for Reinsdorf teams my whole entire 39 years on this planet. Billy Donovan ain't getting fired this season. And again, this is not me saying that I agree with that. It's not me saying that he shouldn't get fired, but I'm telling you right now, Billy ain't getting fired anytime soon. Haize, it wouldn't surprise me to lose the next two games. Then they beat Golden State, Cleveland, and the top echelon teams next. I mean, great. I mean, cool if you do, but like at the end of the day, you're still getting your ass kicked in by bad teams, and that's not good. That's not good by any stretch of the imagination. Dan, from 5-0 to wanting the team to tank in a span of a month is not something I was expecting. The team, well, they're not going to. Like, there are already people thinking the Bulls should tank because of the draft class and things like that. We all know this Bulls team is not going to tank. They're not going to tank. Haize, be happy Jerry will sell the White Sox at some point. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's basically already sold. It just hasn't gone into transition of power yet. I can't understand Billy why he makes Modest become a spot-up shooter. Rather, I don't know if that's Billy or if that's Modest just settling and not being aggressive. I'm just being 100% honest with you. I feel it feels to me like Modest is settling. Like Modest just stopped attacking. Now maybe there's a combination of both those things going on, but right now to me, just in my review of this and looking at this, it feels like Modest is just getting lazy. It feels like Modest is just, whether it's a confidence thing or whatever else, it feels like Modest stopped being confident. Never thought in 222 Ryan Poles would look like the better GM than the tourist, but here we are, man. Why didn't they bring up – so Mac McClung is not on a two-way. He's on a G League contract. You can't bring him up. He's a G League player. He's only on a G League contract. You can't bring up a player if they're not on a two-way deal. He's not on a two-way. You right, Haize. What am I right about? I don't even know, bro. I've been going off at this point, bro. I think a major issue is that the Bulls are taking three-point shits. With three-point shits, that's a Shea level typo right there. With 19 seconds on the clock, instead of trying to open up lanes and drive into the paint. I've been saying that the last 10 games, bro. You're absolutely right on that one. Absolutely 100% right on that one. I'm not even joking, but Lachlan generally better than Vooch. He's just useless. He can shoot, and great air ball from him in the clutch. Bro, that air ball pissed me off, bro. That air ball really did piss me off, bro. But no, I mean, listen, Lachlan gave some really good effort today, and it just goes to show, like, one thing that Lachlan Albrecht did today is he boxed out, he moved around the ball, he closed out on shooters. That's the type of energy this Bulls team was missing, right? Like, that was that energy that they hoped that Okoro was going to bring, but like, and it goes to show you just how much energy really does change things. So when we harp it and talk about the Bulls playing with the lack of energy and that type of stuff, Lachlan Albrecht was a perfect example of that energy that's missing by the Chicago Bulls for sure. It looks like the Bulls are done with Billy, I think. I mean, listen, I feel you're not the first one to say that, and I feel the people that say that. We shall see. I mean, it is starting to feel like a little Scott Skiles-ish in here. This is why I canceled League Pass. When they cleaned the house a couple of years ago, I stopped watching. Yesterday was the first time. It was disappointing. Back to only watching your show. First of all, I appreciate you for watching my show. If you only started tuning in last game, that sucks because you did miss a great stretch by the Bulls. But yeah, man. Warner and the Beards, why did we let Sanogo go just to draft Albrecht? Because Albrecht is younger. Sanogo had a knee injury. Keep in mind, that's why we let Sanogo go. Sanogo had a major knee injury, and that's why we let him go. I like Albrecht, but he seems like Sanogo was giving us the same thing, just thinking about the need for rebounding on the scene. Well, Albrecht is a lot more athletic, and that's saying something because I wouldn't even say Albrecht's the most athletic player, but very different type players, very different. Are they going to blame Kobe for this game too or not? Exactly, bro, exactly. 3-point shit sound painful. That does sound painful. That's crazy. 3-point shits is wild. Yeah, but we better without Kobe. Yeah, bro. Like, people that's on this better without Kobe shit gotta stop. Gotta stop. I'm about to cancel my League Pass, too, until they start winning again. Isn't it more expensive if you do that, though? Or what, are y'all paying for League Pass by the month? Y'all don't just pay for the year up front where you save like almost $100 by paying it all up front. But hey, whatever you do. Collins will fill a hole. We desperately a center that can play somewhat decent on defense. We'll see. Vooch already said the Bulls didn't bring him, but Vooch never said that. That never came out of Vooch's mouth. That never came out of Vooch's mouth. Lockley may be a 5, but I'd like to see him at the 4 with a bigger center. No, I mean, that's old school basketball. I think you miss some of what makes Lachlan kind of really big as far as like mobility if you move him to the 4, personally. I think Billy will be fired because of the Bears and the pressure they feel of the Bears. Listen, I tell you this, the Bears and the Bulls are not connected as organizations at all. I tell you this I'll say this by 100% certainty. The Bulls feel no pressure by what the Bears are doing at all. If the Blackhawks, now maybe you can say the Blackhawks pressure. Maybe you can say that. But the Bulls and the Bears aren't, if you notice, the Bulls and the Bears really don't overlap any as franchises. So I doubt that has anything to do with it. I doubt the Bulls feel any pressure by the Chicago Bears at all. Haize, it seems like Lachlan is more like Sanogo than you think. He's just a little more athletic. I mean, he's that, He his shots a lot quicker. He actually can dribble. He can put the ball on the floor a little bit. And I think that Lachlan's also a better passer than Sanogo. Sanogo was basically a big that can block shots and rebound well and finish around the rim really well. Lachlan has a little bit more potential than that, in my personal opinion. Dame Haize, I'm in Cali, Bulls fans. I got League Pass after boycotting for about 5 years because we started 5-0. Now I'm not even excited for these games. That's crazy. That's crazy. Haize, you notice the energy was much better. Well, that's what I was saying earlier, Shay, is that Lachlan is a perfect example of how energy can really change the tone of games because he came in with energy and it definitely changed the tone of the game. All these wasted clutch games are what put wear and tear on our starters and deprive our rookies of minutes. Well, first of all, the rookies aren't going to play a lot of minutes anyway. Noah Essingay is not going to play a lot of minutes on a team that's actually trying to win basketball games. He's just not on this Bulls team. I don't think Cedric Coward. Hell, I don't think Derek Queen would be playing a lot of minutes. So that's not going to happen. I do think Collins helps us quite a bit with the post presence. Facts. Like Zach Collins just being a smart. Like he's not even a great defender, but being a smart defender that's not afraid to get physical really does change a lot for the Chicago Bulls, and we saw it already. Lachlan already better than Sanogo ever was. Exactly, because he can actually pass. Sanogo was not a great passer at all. We can just never have a good Bulls and Bears season at the same time, LOL. The basketball gods be like, pick one. I think the last time that we saw the Bulls and the Bears both be good was that 2007 when the Bears went to the Super Bowl, and that was the year that the Chicago Bulls swept the defending champion Miami Heat in the playoffs. I think that was the last time we had the Bears and the Bulls really good. In my opinion, I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's the last time that we had them both really good. My brother-in-law just pointed out that Albrecht looks like Giddey and Modest had a child together. That is crazy. That's crazy. As a trade machine addict, I will now say a trade isn't worth it. We should not be giving up picks for a team like this yet. I feel you on that, Vaughn. Like, you give up picks when you feel confident about where your team is and you're trying to get them over the top, right? When you feel confident like, hey, this pick is going to be in the 20s, so we're cool giving up first-round picks. Where the Bulls are now that could change again by January. It could change again by February. But where they are now, I don't think you can feel confident in that, personally. I don't get it. Kobe-Josh combo is not good for us. If Kobe is 6'6" and a two-way player, I got to disagree on that. Kobe and Josh, do you not remember us going 15-5 with them on the roster together? Kobe's played 5 games and we're 2-3 in those games. So I don't think that you're giving a fair point in that. Kobe and Josh Giddey are perfectly fine together, but it does limit and mean that you have to have strong defense around them. And that is why you do need a defensive center post presence is with those two guys as your backcourt. Bro, it's genuinely just sad being a Bulls fan since long, and it's horrible how depressing this organization is. Really had hope when we were 6-1. I mean, hey, I feel you. I feel you on that one. I feel you. Haize, I think 2010, both the Bulls and the Bears were good. That was Lovey's last season, 10-6, and that was D-Rose MVP year. Okay, I'll give you that. Like I said, I was just going off the top of my head. But that's a good point. That was 2006 Bears, and the baby Bulls team was Ben Gordon went crazy. Yeah, that was still 2006. Think about it this way. 2006 is the majority of the NFL season. The Bulls playoffs happened in 2007. Even the 2006-07 season, the playoffs happened in 2007. So it was the same year, if that makes sense, right? At least I think it was. Maybe it was a year off. No, I remember Andres Nocioni saying that he was picking the Bears in the Super Bowl. We'll see. Yo, Haize, what the fuck, bro? You could, who would have thought that hapless ass Bears get their shit together quick after a few major changes? Why can't the Bulls follow suit? It's a lot different. Football and basketball are a lot different. You have such large rosters in football. It's easy to turn them around, right, with that, but, we'll see. Bears, good, better, best. Bulls, content, unmotivated, blah. That's crazy. 2011 was D-Rose MVP year. Yeah, but it would have been the 2010. See, that's what's messing up is that the majority of the football season happens in one calendar year with the playoffs happening kind of after the calendar changes. With basketball, it overlaps, right? You just saying the Bulls sweeping in the playoffs is crazy. At this point, I'd just be happy. Oh, listen, when the Bulls swept the Miami Heat, it was pandemonium. People were excited. Then we shit the bed that next year, and that's how we got Derrick Rose. But yeah, it is what it is. Trey has been great. He isn't the problem. This may sound like a contrarian opinion, but I see the biggest problem on this team is the hype around Modest and the disconnect between his play. Well, hype doesn't hurt a team. Hype is fandom. Hype has nothing to do with on the basketball court. So let's be clear there. Now, as far as Modest's play, I don't even think that's the biggest thing hurting this team. Yeah, Modest isn't being aggressive, but he's still statistically better than what he was last year. I think the problem is the team. The Modest is settling for threes bad too, but it's overall the team settling for those threes. Now, we didn't do it as much in this game, but it's that as well. That's when the Bulls had Ben Wallace. Yeah, the year that we swept the Heat in the playoffs is the year we had Ben Wallace. Well, you can't say who Noah's going to be yet. See, and that's the thing with drafts, right? If you go back and look at their rookie years, Patrick Williams was a better player than Denny Advia. Now look at where they are, right? So, yeah, Derek Queen is having great, and what Derek Queen is doing right now is amazing. But we can't yet say that was a miss by the Bulls because we haven't seen Noah Essengay. It could very well be in 3 years Noah Essengay is a more complete player than Derek Queen. So I don't think we can say that yet. I don't think we can say that personally yet. But we'll see. We'll see. I know we aren't fully healthy and missing some guys. Hell, even when we get fully healthy, it won't fix all these issues. That's a fact. That's a big fact. You know, Billy Donovan isn't shirtless in the locker room screaming right now, or if he is, it's not a good thing. I mean, I take that too. If he's in there screaming at people, I take that too. Because it shows at least some fire and some heart. That's for sure. But all right, y'all, I'm going to get ready to wrap this on up, man. The Bulls lose their third straight game tonight, and they don't play again until Monday. We'll see what the Bulls can do, man. They got who we play on Monday? Is it Orlando? Orlando on Monday. Then we got Brooklyn, Indiana next week. Those are opponents for next week. Let's see what the Bulls can do. But make sure you guys are following us at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See you right if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.